So that last piece, Tapestry of the Sky, is a piece of music that I actually came across this year. Every year in September, if you know Jerry Koleski runs this, a bunch of music teachers in the area get together and form a band on a Saturday morning, and we read through about 20 or so newly published wind band works that were published within this year, and this is one of the ones that caught my attention. Every piece that is programmed for a concert not only sounds good and works together with the others that have been selected, but also there's kind of a point, like a lesson to be learned from each piece. And with this one, it was the clarity of sound and what we call articulation, how we strike a note. And this piece demonstrated their skill in that, I think, really excellently, and also highlighted a lot of our percussionists. Actually, highlighted all of our percussionists. They did great. So that was, I think, a really great way to start their chunk of the concert. Our next piece, One Life Beautiful, is a piece of music that is, at least in my opinion, one of the most beautiful in our repertoire. One Life Beautiful, the title comes from, it was a piece that was commissioned in memoriam of a past loved one, and One Life Beautiful refers to one life lived beautifully. And the composer talks about sort of her rationale that it is the fact that life is mortal or that it is fragile, that mortality is sort of baked into it, and that's what makes it so precious and so special. And so this piece encapsulates the sort of bittersweetness that is inherent with being alive. So we hope you really enjoy One Life Beautiful. trombone, yeah. So, fun story about our next piece, Semper Fidelis. By the way, Semper Fidelis means always faithful, and it is the motto of the Marine Corps. And John Philip Sousa was a Marine himself and wrote the piece in honor of the branch, and it has become the March of the Marines. And so here comes a fun story. Earlier this year, kind of by happenstance, the New Orleans Marine Band made a pit stop in Appleton, Wisconsin, and they performed for us during homeroom, which is right in between second and third hour. Wind Ensemble, we rehearsed second hour. And the way that the schedule was originally, they were kind of going to get here in the nick of time and perform and then leave. But as luck would have it, they actually showed up very early and they were here before the day even started. And so for first hour, I got to talk to them a little bit, and talking to their gunnery sergeant, who's kind of in charge of the venture, I got to learn a little bit about what it is like to be a Marine Band member. It's a very unique sort of experience compared to other ways of making a living as a musician. And then it was getting close to second hour, and I was like, hey, so if the answer is no, that's fine, but my band is actually, we just started rehearsing Semper Fidelis, the Marine March, and we're playing it for Veterans Day. Would y'all like to play along with the band? And they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. And it's like, all right, cool, I'll get you like your music and blah, blah, blah. And the gunnery sergeant kind of chuckles and he says, no need, we have it memorized. And so this is to say too, I very much put the kids on the spot, because they just showed up at class one day and was like, hey, Marines are here, we're gonna play their march. And they handled it great. So we just kind of put the Marines like in the middle of things, and we had a really great rehearsal that day. We sort of listened to what style they played the march with, and it was just a really great experience. It was a career highlight, in fact. So this is Semper Fidelis, the Marine March. Thank you very much. Alrighty. I have before our final piece for this evening, I first of all have to thank a number of people. First of all, can we give a round of applause, please, to Jay and Dawn Vanderwall, who, for every concert, they come in and bring their own equipment and record the concert and edit it very nice. Can we give them a round of applause, please? I would also like to thank a number of everyone that helped put on the Appleton Christmas Parade. They're doing their own thing, I'm up here. Everyone that helped put together the Appleton Christmas Parade, whether that be marching along with us and being a chaperone or donating treats, they love those. So thank you so very much. This year we actually did two new things. The first of which, at least in recent history, the band has not marched with the music memorized before. And the advantage of that is, first of all, it looks nice and snazzy because there's no little piece of paper in front of you. But also, as it turns out, the marching it's easier to kind of focus in. It took a lot of work on the students' part to memorize the full tune, but they marched really, really well in our Christmas parade. And secondly, we were able to, with some extra help from chaperones and such, to incorporate the Wilson Magellan, about 19 Wilson Magellan band members in with the band during the Christmas parade, which was also really fun. And then I gave them hot chocolate at the end, and that was a seller for the middle schoolers. So I would also like to take this moment to address the sheet in the middle of the program tonight. There's something a little bit different. This auditorium of the three high schools is obviously the most historic. If memory serves, and it's on the sheet of paper, it was constructed in 1938, and I believe the picture is 1939, which means that the auditorium is just about to hit 100 years old. It's still a beautiful space, but you can imagine that a space that is used so often, not only by the band, but every performing group, and that is so long in years, takes a great deal of resources to maintain. And the arts department is currently undergoing an effort to build up some public support of this historic space. If you think about it this way, since 1938, band members, orchestra members, choir members, theater students, and really anytime we have an assembly, this is the space that it is put on. This is, in many ways, kind of the beating heart of the building. I'm biased, I'm the band teacher, but still, I do that. And that is to say that this is a space that we hold really near and dear to our heart. This is the space where thousands of performing arts students cut their teeth, and many of them went on to have careers in music, such as myself. So that is all to say that if you would possibly consider donating to the cause, if this appeals to you, if you donate such and such amount, you can get your name emblazoned onto one of these chairs if that's appealing to you. So give it some thought. If you'd like any more information, I'd be happy to answer questions after the show, or if you want to get in touch with Rebecca Whittle, who is the theater director here. She's kind of spearheading this venture. So, once again, thank you so very much for coming out tonight and braving the cold and the salt. And most importantly, thank you so very much for supporting these young musicians. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Travel safe. Thank you.